Don't know that I can patient. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down front. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introduction. Pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Up, he's going to keep it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tackled at the 27.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 12 carries, 57 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And he's got room. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will make it into the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He's at the 50. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
On second down, here's Henry. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 23. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
3 yards remain for second down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Jags grab it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He's taken
a look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 17 carries, 83 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. On the ground, it's Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Good. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. third down's important to them, they find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off, but pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38-yard line.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The pass caught by number 12. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Titans nothing.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Jaguars.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
A give to Harris, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Damian Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo on for the extra point.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
Derrick Henry,
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards for an offense that has not found the end. Zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Complete.
That one goes for 24 yards.
4-yard gain on the play.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A 1st down carry for Henry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Henry on the carry.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Derrick Henry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
Henry again.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They set up the screen for Henry. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. And that will be incomplete.
The pass.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's Jackson to return. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
10-10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
Roughing the passer defense. Come on, Nat.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Second down and goal. Trubisky. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
To number 87.
From 6 yards away. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
Lining up for the point after.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, 1st down. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Zerline set to kick off.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
31-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the 1st half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
1st and 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11...
Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, the 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
That's tough there. Starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
Yeah, I was just about to remark how control of the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
That's caught at the 3. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
3-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Jeffrey Simmons.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, here's Harris. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Connection made with Chenault. 12 yards there and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go, let's go.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a handoff as they run left side. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Another carry.
If you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. LaVisca Chenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky, rolling to his right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's caught by Hollister. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. On the slant, this is Chark. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Parker the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Lining up for the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
A gain of a yard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Trubisky will throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Trubisky sacked.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now Trubisky. He'll air this one out deep for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First down, Tennessee.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
A loss of a yard.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trubisky's pass.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. 20! Looking for Chark again. This time he's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Josh Lambo.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts.
A gain of 20.
As they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
To number 86. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And over the middle, this is Parker. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
now
down.
They face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught by Parker. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw again. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Intercepted by the Titans. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
42.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guy